Hello everybody, my name is Waffle Toast, and this is my review for the Transformers Age of the Primes Rescue Bot Heatwave. I was so excited when the leaked listings came out and said we were going to get a new Rescue Bot's Heatwave, but then it was revealed that he was going to be a bulkhead retool. But more on my feelings about that later. Let's start with accessories. So for starters, you get two power-up and energize weapons. The first one you get is the water cannon that is used predominantly by Heatwave throughout the entirety of the show, but it also doubles as a flamethrower in a few episodes. I don't remember which ones exactly, but I do remember a couple times it was used as a flamethrower. The second one you get is an axe, which was mostly used in the one episode where Frankie made that weird garden tower, and then Mayor Lusky put some weird growth fertilizer in it, and it started going crazy, and Heatwave used the axe a couple times in that to chop away at vines that were growing all over the place. But yeah, nothing too special. The water cannon is blast effect compatible. I still don't have any blast effects, but hopefully soon once my Siege Skywarp gets here, whenever that is. Although one complaint I do have is that the axe handle is not long enough. You can see on the box, it shows the axe handle going all the way through Heatwave's hand. That is not the case with the actual axe. It just has a short little 3.5mm port that goes into his hand. If I did have the choice, I would want it sticking out like that just because I think that looks a lot better and fits with the power-up and energized weapons being formed covering their fists. It's fine for what it is. And, of course, as you saw in the thumbnail, he can hold the original power-up and energize water cannon, which I think is blast effect compatible. Those might be 3.5mm ports, I'm not sure. Once I get blast effects, I'll test it out. And if you're wondering why I have him holding it upside down, that is because with the original power-up and energize Heatwave, the only way he could hold weapons was on the bottom of his hand. And that's just always how I've preferred Heatwave's weapon because of that. You know what? We'll do the comparison later. It's not important right now. What is important is articulation. Haha. Neat segue. Or not really. Head is on a ball joint. It can do a 360. Can look up that far. Can look down that far. Arms can do a 360, but the joint they're on is made of some weird soft plastic that doesn't like tabbing in. Arms can go out that far. Shoulders can bend past 90 degrees. There is a bicep swivel and a wrist swivel. This being a retool of Bulkhead, he has the waist swivel. Legs can go forward that far, back that far. Knees bend past 90 degrees. He can do the splits. And there is a thigh swivel. What am I forgetting? Am I forgetting anything? Oh, yeah. Ankle articulation isn't the greatest, and there is toe articulation and foot articulation. You probably couldn't see that, but I want to get this review over because I really want to put this guy on my shelf next to Chase. And you could see, like, I go to move the arm, and it just moves the joint. Oh, right. Another accessory is the ladder on his back. Completely forgot about that. The instructions say plug it on his back, or you could use it as some sort of shield by plugging it onto the forearm. That's stupid to me. I think it's stupid that a ladder should be used as a shield, although I think he does use it a couple times like that. I don't know. I always prefer the ladder on his back. I don't want to do size comparisons yet, because I want to take a bit of time to talk about the look of the figure. One cool thing is, I don't know how well it comes across on camera, but light piping is absolutely amazing. The entire top of the head is clear plastic. But the way they did the light piping is you can actually see his eyes behind the goggles. I think that's really cool. I'm not the biggest fan of it, because I do prefer, like, the solid metallic visor on Chase. But that's still a pretty cool detail. Now for the biggest elephant in the room with this figure. It is a retool of Legacy animated Bulkhead. And I gotta say, it's not that bad. Like, sure, it is weird because his fists technically are supposed to become the front part of the truck, and they are. He has two sets of lights, and it is weird. But it's not bad. I can get past that. This might be just nostalgia talking, but I really love this figure pretty much just because it's Rescue Bot's Heatwave, and I love Rescue Bots. And this does fit the mold the best out of everything that has come out of the bulkhead mold, Heatwave fits it the best. One last thing is they use this dark gunmetal blackish plastic for the back of the legs. I don't think they should have done that. I think they should have gone with just the standard gray they used for everything else, or even the darker gray they used for the biceps and hands, just because it looks pretty bad in vehicle mode. Like, I'll show you later when I do the vehicle mode comparisons. It doesn't look the best. Now for comparisons, here he is with World of Halo Master Chief and Bandai Movie Monster Series Kiryu, and here he is with the original Power Up and Energize Heatwave figure. Now for the actual size of the figure, he is about 6.5 inches tall to the top of the head. For the people who do not live in America, that's just under 16.5 centimeters tall to the top of the head. So with that being said, let's move on to the transformation. Alright, transformation, not too special, because again, it's just the legacy bulkhead mold. But it is still really fun and easy to do. Oh my gosh, this just looks so cool. I love Heatwave so much. I can't say he's my favorite rescue bot because I love all the rescue bots equally, but I love this figure so much. There's not really much to talk about in vehicle mode, so I'll just jump right into the comparison. Here he is with the original Power Up and Energize Heatwave. You can definitely see, like, this has more cartoony proportions. And here's what I was talking about. There's all the red here, but there's also some nice silver and gray detailing that it would have been nice for this to be some light silver instead of just the dark gray that it was. One thing I want to point out, which I think is a major downgrade. The original had some ports on top of the light bars, so you could put the Power Up and Energize weapon. This one, however, does not have that. Although what you can do is there's a 3.5mm port right here. Just pull that up and you put the original weapon in. And there you go. I actually think that looks pretty cool. I usually hate weapon storage that just like plug a gun on top of the car or plug a gun onto the back of the car. But I think this looks really cool. I don't know, maybe it's just me. For actual weapon storage, you can see the ladder goes onto the back, and there are some pegs here on the weapons, you can see. And you could either plug them into the ladder or the sides of the truck. And it's not perfect weapon storage, but again, like I say, it's not good, it's not bad, it's just it's weapon storage. For the actual size of the truck, he is about 5.5 inches long, and for the people who do not live in America, just about 14 centimeters long. For the width, it's just about 2.5 inches wide. For the people who do not live in America, just under 6.5 centimeters wide. That has been my review for Transformers Age of the Primes Heatwave. If you've watched this far into the video, you obviously enjoy my content, so consider commenting, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff, and until I upload again, whenever that may be, goodbye.